Algorand has recently had a meteoric rise from the low of 8 cents all the way to about 22 cents. In this video, we're going to do a deep dive on some Algorand technical analysis, going to look at some charts, look at some indicators, look at some price levels. Is it time for a retracement? Is Algorand going to continue going higher? We're going to find out in this video. Like and subscribe, hit us up in the comments down below, and now let's dive into some Algorand charts.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, so here we have Algorand on the daily chart, and as you can see down here on the bottom right, we recently reached a low back in August of about 8 cents, and now we've reached a high of about 22 cents as of just this morning. If we zoom into the daily chart a little bit and you look right here, you'll see that Algorand had a golden cross happen on November 26th. So just about a week and a half ago, we had a golden cross on the daily time frame. If we zoom out and zoom back a little bit, we can show you what happened the last two times we had a golden cross. So the last time it happened was right here, actually basically at the peak of the market. Now here we have the rest of them. So we have this golden cross right here back in July of 2020, this golden cross right here back in January of 2021, and this golden cross right here back in September of 2021. Following the golden cross, Algorand would see moves of 247% within the following couple weeks to month after the first golden cross, a move of about 427% within about a 2-week span to 4-week span after the second golden cross. We had a move of about 167 within the first month or two of the third golden cross. Now, since this latest golden cross, Algorand has seen a move of about 76%. So if it's anything like those prior two golden crosses, we could see a move somewhere up to the 33 cent to the 57 cent range, which would actually go really well with some resistance lines here. So this resistance line, if we zoom out to the weekly, this first resistance line here represents the 100-week moving average at about 33 cents. And then this one right here at about 58 cents represents the 200-week moving average. Now this would also correspond really well with the gains that are had usually after a golden cross into this zone right here. So I believe Algorand will get there relatively soon. Of course, the last 2 or 3 golden crosses, it took roughly 2 to 4 weeks, sometimes a little longer, for us to get to that point. It hasn't been that long yet. We have about maybe 2+ weeks to go before we see potentially another move higher. However, I do want to say, if we zoom in and look at the RSI on the daily, you'll see right here, if I make this line a little bit thicker, you'll see that the RSI is at a point that it hasn't seen since September of 2021, basically when we reached the peak of the bull market. The time before that it reached this level was back in February of 2021 on this run-up peak. The time before that was August of 2020 at the peak of this run-up, and the time before that was February 2020, right before the peak of this little run-up here. So basically, what I'm trying to get at here is I think there's a large possibility Algorand has a small retracement over the next couple of days. And where do I think this retracement is going to be? This retracement, in my opinion, is going to be right on the 50-week moving average. That is my guess right here, because I've talked about in prior videos that this green 50-week moving average is the bull market support band. When we are above this 50-week moving average, once we got above it in July 2020, that signified the bull market. As you can see, we had a run up, we came back down, retested the 50-week support band, and continued higher, ran up here, came back down, and retested the 50-week bull market support band again, and continued higher until this structure was broke right here, which officially signified the bear market. We have crossed over this bull market support band right here, and I would not doubt if we come back down and see a retest of this 50-week moving average that currently sits at about 15.85 cents, so just under 16 cents. The close for this weekly close is in about a day and 6 hours at the time of recording this video, so the 50-week moving average will likely come down a little bit over the weekly close, but regardless, that 15.5 cent level to 16 cent level would be an ideal place for a retracement for Algorand. And if we look at it one more time on the daily level and we add a Fibonacci retracement, you can see right here, usually for a good retracement, you want to get down to that 0.5 level, sometimes that 0.618 level, and the 0.5 level is at 15.5 cents. So basically just at that 50-week moving average. Currently, probably where the 50-week moving average will be upon close. This correlates perfectly to this Fibonacci retracement level. If you could get it under this 50-week moving average, maybe at about 13.9 cents or just under 14 cents, that would be an ideal location, roughly around 14 to 15.5 cents to get back into Algorand. These are the levels I'm looking at. This, of course, is not financial advice. This is not investment advice. Do not make any trades based on my information here. Do your own research. But these are the levels I'm looking at. I believe Algorand is going to come back down and retest that 50-week moving average. And if we can retest that 50-week moving average and prove it as a strong support, I think Algorand could continue its march upward, with its next zones of resistance being around the 33-cent level and the 57-cent level, respectively, between these two moving averages here. Of course, as signified by this white line here, we have the Bitcoin halving coming up over the next 4 to 5 months. That should lead some positive pressure into the market as well. And it should also come with a positive surprise that we hopefully get the Bitcoin ETF approval and then the subsequent Ethereum ETF approvals that will likely follow that in the following 6 to 12 months of a Bitcoin ETF approval. And then we could really start to see the capital markets and the injection of liquidity back into the crypto markets and see where we go on these next new highs for this crypto bull run. I think we're back in it. I do want to wait until we see Algorand retest this 50-week moving average, its bull market support band, before I officially declare Algorand back in a bull market. But it does really look like Algorand's back in a bull market. Be careful out there with leverage. As I said, I do think a pullback is coming out soon. There'll be a pullback likely down to the 50-week moving average. This is just my opinion. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong on the other end and Algorand just marches and marches to new highs. But these are my thoughts. This is my technical analysis. If you enjoyed the technical analysis, smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, share this video with a friend, and comment down below with your thoughts. Do you think Algorand's going higher? Do you agree that Algorand's going to pull back before going higher? Do you think this was a fool's run and we're just going to continue our march back downward? What are your thoughts? I want to hear them down in the comments below. And lastly, check out the video description down below for a link to my Substack, where you can get weekly news updates for crypto news as well as weekly news updates for Algorand. And you can also, if you become a paid subscriber, the weekly news is free for both Algorand and crypto. But if you become a paid subscriber, you can get my weekly lesson plans where I teach you technical analysis. The first lesson is up. The second lesson is being worked on now. It should be up over the next day or two. But lesson number 1 is on candlesticks, reading everything you need to know on how to read the candlestick charts. The first lesson is on the traditional candlesticks. I like to use the Heiken Ashi candlesticks. We'll have a lesson on that coming out soon for lesson number 2, so keep your eyes peeled. We're going to have a lot of great weekly lessons coming out, teaching you everything you need to know for technical analysis. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Ladies and gentlemen.